Hello, welcome. This is going to be a reading for November 21st to November 27th. And this is going to be a good reading for it. So this is going to be a Libra reading. This is going to be for you. I hope that this reading will help you as along the way. Keep in mind that this reading will give you a good extra strength, good way of how it is, and understanding about how it is. So knowing for a fact that this is going to be very interesting how it seems to be, I know that we always have that priority in our own lives and understanding about what we're doing, but that's how it seems to be. So think about it, have a wonderful feeling, and enjoy. And I hope that you would enjoy this reading as well, because for a fact is that that's how it seems to be. Okay, so you understand how it is, you understand how it seems to be, so understanding that. And I know that this can be like not a very long reading, but if it is, keep in mind about that. That's how it is, and understanding about that. Okay, so just remember how it seems to be. uh, it's very interesting how it goes. um, Understanding about how it seems to be for other things, and understand how it seems to be. So I know for a fact that this is gonna be a good reading for lots of things for you, and understanding that who we are and who we're going to speak with, and understanding about what's going on, because for a fact is that we do exactly what we're going to do. We're going to encourage our own selves to deal with it, right? Because this is how it seems to be. So understanding understanding the how it is, because you're 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 believing of what's happening, and believe about what's going on as well. So understand about that, because the way of how it seems to be, you need to understand of how you can do it, as long as you need to, right? So, this reading is for Libra, and if you're a Libra, welcome, and this is how it is, okay? So I'm just like a reader, what's going on, and this is how it seems to be. So here we go. Now, the point being is that in this situation, we have, the Five of Air, we have the Ego, we have the Chariot, we have the King of Fire, we have the Balance, and we have the Five of Fire. Everything seems to be all fit and dandy, um, in a way of how it is, because the five the five of air represents Libra, right? Libra, Aquarius, and how it is. So that's how it seems to be for that. But the way of how it is, you have to encourage one another. You understand about that situation. That's how it seems to be for that one. So that's how it is. So you have to embrace your own size, your own society. But this one is last quarter moon in Libra. Make time for self-love. That's how it seems to be for that one, right? Because that's how it is. So, you're trying to embrace your own situation. Um, that's how it is. So let's see. Let's see what we got. So at the bottom of these cards, we have willing release, and we have bearing fruit, and last one we have feeling the world. Yeah, so in that note, that's how it seems to be. You have to improve yourselves worthy about this way of how the system goes, because you work your way as a balanced way, right? You see your own moment, you see your own physical way of how it is, because you have to picture it, you have to believe in your own self, and understand how it is, because there's a system for everything. There's a system of love, there's a system of of baking or making food or whatever. You have to enjoy about what you're looking for. It's that simple because in the way of that system, you always know about that. It's the way of how you feel, the way how you act, Libra. It's that simple, that way, right? It's like having a symptom, only you have to encourage yourself to do that, right? You have to encourage that the way of how you work for and what's going on and how it is, right? And this is kind of like a regular basis, right? It's the way of how formative it is, right? Because you have to enjoy of what you're going to do. It's that simple, it's that way. And believe it or not, it's like this is a wonderful setting, right? You have to understand about that because if you have fire, if you have fire, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius in your birth chart, you understand about that, right? If you have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius in your birth chart, you do Libra. But in the way of how that, you have to have that way of do what you can and know what you believe in. That's how it is, right? So this is how it seems to be. Okay. Now we know. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see what's happening on one of the top cards. So we're going to mix these cards up. So we're going to put them in different categories. So we're going to figure out who's in the middle of it. So we have the Six of Fire is victory, good news is on its way, public recognition or awards. That's how it seems to be, right? So, Libra, that's how it is, right? Queen of Air, independent, experience, realistic, witty, objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in the situation. That's how it is, right? Because that still represents Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This one over here at the bottom, you have the Empress. Archangel Gabriel is lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. That's how it seems to be for that one, right? Because that's how it is, right? So, you well know your own strengths, your own weaknesses, because if you have that way, you have that interesting way. What's the middle of this card? The lovers. Archangel Raphael. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. That's how it seems to be, right? Because you can be looking for love if you want to, right? It's kind of like your way, right? It's that simple. It's that way of you can do whatever you can, but you have to face your own ability. You have to face your own wit, your own way of how it is, right? Because this is how it seems to be. Okay, you have to improve yourself worthy. Now let's see what's happening between this way and how it is. So we're going to look at what's happening over here between this. So we have waking the lion. Okay. All right. That's how it seems to be for that one. And this one over here, the power of purpose. Ah, that's how it seems to be. So you understand how it is. It's the way of how you can do it, right? You have to believe in what's happening, right? Because you can see this as a way of how it is, right? Because you have to understand that system, right? You have to encourage yourself that you can do it. No matter how you feel, no matter how you act, you embrace about that way, right? Because overall, right? Because if you have the way of how it is, you're you're going to a balance because if you have the justice, you have the moon, right? You have Ace of Fire as the beginning card. You have the Six of Earth, you know, and then you have the Knight of Earth, and then you have basically the Three of Earth, and then you have the Dream, and then back to Aaron. Like, if you have all those cards, you have that way of how it is, right? Because it's a way of balancing. It's a way of how you can be clarified and say, okay, well, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? You have to embrace of what's happening, right? If you see it as a wonderful way, you embrace about that way of how it is, right? It's the way of how you can move things and go with the flow and understanding of what's happening, right? Because if you have the Ace of Fire, you have the beginning, you have the change your life now, you have that is the Moon card, importance like an insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. You have that. And then you have the Justice, Archangel Raphael, is fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand for your beliefs. You have that way. You have that certified way of how it is, right? Because when you look at this entire reading, you say, "Oh my Lord, this is a lot. This is huge. This is insane." And when you think about this dynamic, you think about, okay, well, everything seems to be all great, all peachy, and everything seems to be fine. But you have to look at those ways. You have to look and say, all right, am I doing this right? Am I doing this fantastic? It's like almost like taking a Advil pill. You have to get better at having a headache or something. You have to take something as a symptom. It's that way. It's that focus, right? Because you have to embrace of what's happening. Now, this is what the cards are saying. Okay, this is how it is. So when you think about this whole entire reading, you think, okay, this is all huge. Now, what's the top cards are? So we're going to look at these top cards, and then we're going to see what this is, and then this is how the reading will end. Then I'll do the playing cards for the ending. So I'll put them right here. So we have seeing beyond. Oh, that's a good one, right? Because you're seeing, you know exactly what you're going to do, right? This one, it says call of the muse, right? That's how it seems to be. And last one over here, healing the heart. Aha. Yes, exactly, right? You have to believe about that, right? You have to understand that how everything is, right? It's a fair play. It's a fair based, right? Now I already shuffled these cards, so I'm going to see who's following you. We have the first card is the Two of Hearts, is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You have the Three of Hearts, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, water signs. And last one, Seven of Diamonds, is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus as earth signs. So if you look at this way of how it is, you know exactly what's happening. You believe about how this whole entire significant reading it is. Now, before I let you all go, you have to pay attention to whether this is huge, right? Because it's a huge reading, right? And it's based on how it is. So you have to remember that this is a way of how it is, the way how it is, embrace of what's happening, because in other words, you look and say, okay, well, I got this. I know what's happening. I'll believe in what's happening with what Zoe Alex is saying. This is how it seems to be, okay? Because in other words, you have to remember that you have to identify of what's happening. You have to seize your own moments. You believe what's going on, and that's how it seems to be. So before I let you all go, you have to remember that things can go from a different way, a different angle. And when you look at them because you have to remember that there are two sides of a story. And if you believe in one story, you don't believe the other story, right? And you have to encourage your own self that you can do this, right? So this is what I have for you. I hope that this reading helps you. Enjoy, because this is how it seems to be. And understanding about what's happening through your own significant way. Because, when this huge reading it's huge. Okay? It's a way of how it is, the way how you can be, the way of how it is. So understanding and enjoy, because this is a good reading, and I hope that this will be good. Thank you very much. Have a good day to all. Thank you. Bye for now. Really, bye.